Hey, welcome back to YT Finance, and today we're talking about how Palantir Technologies has positioned themselves to be literally one of the most influential software companies of this decade. We will begin by addressing how Palantir has integrated their technology to be the default operating system for many influential government agencies and companies, which will lead those entities to making smarter, faster, and overall better decisions so they can come up with the solutions for their most difficult problems, which can be done thanks to Palantir's special machine learning and AI software. We will also talk about how Palantir could be exposed to a $1 trillion market and how their free cash flows and revenues are anticipated to increase along with their PLTR stock price as time progresses. Go and press the like button right now for more PLTR stock news and analysis. Comment when you think Palantir stock will reach $50 a share. Subscribe to the channel with all notifications turned on for more stock news updates. And now let's get right into today's story. Many investors debate over whether or not Palantir is overvalued or if it will achieve exponential growth, but with Palantir's 30% yearly revenue growth rate until 2025 and their projected $300 million of adjusted free cash flow, I think it's safe to assume that Palantir's PLTR stock has great untapped potential. Palantir's management are literal geniuses, which include the likes of Alex Karp, because Palantir has solidified their technology into many large government agencies, which now rely heavily on Palantir Software, which includes the Department of Defense and the Department of Justice. Palantir also has strong commercial clients like IBM, Airbus, Boeing, 3M, Rio Tinto, BP, and PG&E, among many others who use Palantir software. But the most impressive part about Palantir software to me is their machine learning and AI capability, which can predict outcomes and events while using real-time data sources to make informed decisions. Palantir is also a very American-focused company, and what I mean by that is exactly what the CEO says in this quote, and it says, "The core mission of our company always was to make the West, especially America, the strongest in the world for the sake of global peace and prosperity." So Palantir is helping the nation while also increasing the wealth of their investors, because over the last 7 quarters, Palantir's revenues have increased around 139%. Palantir was awarded 16 new contracts last quarter, which are worth over $200 million. And this quarter, Palantir has inked over $350 million worth of contracts, which means that over the last 6 months, Palantir has signed well over $500 million worth of agreements and contracts, which is absolutely amazing news. But Palantir actually has their eye on a much larger $10 billion contract named Jedi, which is a cloud contract that originally Amazon and Microsoft were competing for. But in July, this contract was canceled because of this, and I quote, "Jedi was developed at a time when the department's needs were different, and both the CSP's technology and our cloud was less mature. In light of new initiatives like JADC2 and AI, and data acceleration, the evolution of the cloud ecosystem within DoD, and changes in user requirements to leverage multiple cloud environments to execute mission, our landscape has advanced and a new way ahead is warranted to achieve dominance in both traditional and non-traditional warfighting domains." End quote. Basically, the old Jedi contract is being replaced by a new contract named JADC2, where multiple companies can utilize and win this contract and put their best technology forward to help out the DoD. As seen on screen, this new contract will help out the Army, the Air Force, the Marines, the Navy, and the Space Force, to where they will all be connected in a single network. And because Palantir already does business with most of these entities and agencies, they are sure to be picked as one of the multitude of vendors for this project. The Pentagon wants many vendors involved in this contract, and because Palantir already works very closely with the Pentagon, I do not think it's a stretch to assume that Palantir will be getting a large portion of this very lucrative contract. This program also relies heavily on AI capabilities, and Palantir has Edge AI, which means that the data is processed immediately as it's gathered in real time, instead of it having to be sent off-site or stored into a cloud. This will also allow for real-time data decisions to be made when potentially people's lives are on the line. This Edge AI is also great to be used in drones, vehicles, aircrafts, ships, and even satellites. The author of this article, along with myself, believe that Palantir will at least get a portion of this contract because they are very trusted by the United States government, and this is clearly seen by the US selecting Palantir to literally safeguard our nuclear stockpile. This is a great opportunity for Palantir, not only because it's going to show their true capabilities of their technology, but it's also going to integrate them even more into the United States government. On top of the immense success that Palantir's government segment has brought them, their commercial segment is also heating up. They added around 20 new commercial clients last quarter, and their top 20 commercial clients pay them on average around $40 million per year. At the end of the second quarter, Palantir closed around $3.4 billion worth of deals, which is a crazy amount, and that amount is supposed to increase all the way until 2025 at an extreme rate. Palantir also helped Airbus create Skywise, which is a leading open data platform for the aviation industry. Right now, more than 140 airlines, 9,500 aircraft, 20,000 users, and 10 suppliers are connected through Skywise, which just adds to Palantir's already very impressive portfolio and capabilities. Palantir is also heavily invested into a company named Lilium, ticker symbol LILM, which I personally am also invested into, and it's a futuristic jet company. The Lilium aircraft can fit 7 people, and it can move faster than 175 miles per hour, for an average range of over 150 miles. The market opportunity for this technology by 2040 will be between 1.5 trillion and $3 trillion, and by 2027, Lilium says that they anticipate $5 billion of revenue, so even if Lilium only captures 2% of a $1.5 trillion market, they will be making $30 billion of annual revenue, which is absolutely amazing. Palantir is also involved with Sarcos Robotics and Sarcos Defense, which has 10 retired generals on their board of directors, and this company can create exosuits like Iron Man that can be used for industry purposes, or it can be used for military purposes. Palantir is involved with loads of new technologies, such as autonomous flying vehicles, smart cars, smart cities, and Iron Man exosuits, just to name a few. But Palantir is using their money very wisely by investing it, because right now they have over $2 billion worth of cash or cash equivalents on their balance sheet with no long-term debts. What makes Palantir one of the most important software companies of this decade is that they invest into futuristic and innovative companies of the future, and they make solutions to problems that companies have not even thought of yet. According to Palantir's 10-Q filing, Palantir has committed to buy $250 million worth of shares in upcoming and innovative companies. And right now that they have invested that money, they have actually gotten contracts and a return on investment of around $428 million. So Palantir literally almost doubled their money just by investing into these new startup companies. The most famous of these companies would be Fast Radius, Black Sky, Lilium, Sarcos Robotics, Roivant Sciences, Cellularity, Mobility Company, Wajoo, Babylon Health, Boxed, Pear Therapeutics, and Autonomous Vehicle Company. In my opinion, Palantir is leagues ahead of their competition, and because of this, even Jim Cramer has changed his view on Palantir because he now says that the PLTR stock is a clear buying opportunity right now. But regardless of what Jim Cramer thinks, because I honestly don't pay him much mind, the author of this article, as well as myself, believe that Palantir is one of the best software and technology companies to invest in right now, and it should pay off very handsomely for long-term stockholders. But what do you all think? Comment a company down below which you think is comparable to Palantir Technologies and which one is better in your opinion. Remember to like this video right now, especially if you made it all the way to the end. Subscribe if you are new, and I will see you in the next YT video.